Merry Christmas. Do you know who I am? Yes, I'm Santa Claus. Let's see who we have here. I see Emily. I see Anna. I see Eve. And I see Brooke. Emily, your mom and dad tell me that you love animals like tigers and zebras and polar bears and elephants. You also like Play-Doh and playing outside in the park. Do you love the Frozen characters, Elsa, Anna, and Olaf too? Anna, you are 5 in senior kindergarten. Your teachers, Mrs. Crawford and Mrs. Pierre, tell me you're doing really well with your reading and your writing. Would you like a baby alive with a blue dress and a soother for Christmas? And let's see who else is here. Eve, you're 2. Will you be going to school in 2 years? Do you love Paw Patrol? Do you like watching Christmas movies like The Grinch and Christmas Chronicles? Would you like a doll for Christmas? And let's see who else is here. Brooke, and you are 1. Are you talking more each day? Do you love anything your big sisters love? Do you like to play with Chelsea Barbie dolls? Would each of you want Santa to bring you a toy for Christmas too? Have you been counting down for Christmas? Who has an advent calendar with chocolates? Who has a chain link tree? Have you been doing any Christmas drawings and watching any Christmas movies? Your mom and dad tell me that you've been good girls. Santa likes to hear that all children are being kind. As you get older, you're going to want to learn to read. But reading is not easy. Reading takes practice, practice, practice until it starts to make sense. So don't give up. The harder you work at it, the easier it will become. It took a while for Santa to learn how to read, but after 1,000 years of reading Christmas stories to children all over the world, I got better at it. Have you sent your email to Santa and Mrs. Claus yet? It's not too late. Children have been asking for funny books, Super Mario, Bakugan, as well as lots of other toys and games. The elves and I have been really busy making these. And, I can't forget, and Barbies too. Who would like to hear Santa's favorite story? All right, I'm going to read you my favorite story. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads, and Mom in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of new fallen snow gave luster at midday to objects below, when what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they flew. He whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, they mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. Who wants toys for Christmas? That's what I thought. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each tiny hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot. His clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke had encircled his head like a wreath, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye, a twist of his head, soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger the side of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, as he drove out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night." I like that story. Do you like that story too? Santa wants you to listen to your mommy and daddy. And they asked me to bring you a very special toy. So Santa will do that. Christmas Eve, Santa knows how to find you on Christmas Eve, but it can't come until you're asleep. So you need to go to bed early, and when you wake up, you'll find Santa's gifts under your Christmas tree. A Merry Christmas to your mom and dad, and your nanny and your poppy, and to all the children, and good night.